Today, I'm going to take you on a virtual tour of a place that I'm lucky enough to have been born and still call my home, the Grenadines. The Grenadines are a great destination, a dream destination for many sailors and adventurers alike. Whether you're looking for crystal clear waters, vibrant marine life, or the friendliest people you ever met, you're going to find them here in these islands, and we feel that Barefoot's the best way for you to come and explore. So to kick right off, how do you get to the Grenadines? Well, there are international flights into our new international airport. They come directly from London, Miami, New York. But you can also come in through Barbados and Trinidad, which are hubs that have more regular flights. So you have more options. So you could fly from like Holland or Germany or Spain straight into Barbados and then take a 35-minute flight from Barbados across the St. Vincent. And the layovers in Barbados are generally in the vicinity of 3 to 4 hours. So they're not terrible layovers. But definitely the direct flights in are the least expensive and the nicest way to do it. Once you land, your adventure begins right away. We pre-arrange a taxi to collect you at the airport, and they bring you down to our base at Barefoot Marina. You don't have to worry about surprises with taxi rates and things like that. The government have fixed all the rates, so you know exactly what you're going to pay before you arrive, per person, per group, and all that kind of thing. So that's all super transparent and easy. We do offer flexible check-in, checkouts on any day of the week. So the day that your vacation starts, we want you to have the freedom to start that on the day that suits you. Charter times, though, start and end at noon. So that gives you plenty of time to settle in, get acquainted with your yacht in the morning before your charter starts. And then, by midday, we can have gotten through most of the briefings and everything like that. If you do arrive to the base later than 2 p.m., we do ask that you stay in a hotel room. So we have rooms available at the marina, or you can stay in one of the little boutique hotels that are, a lot of them are in walking distance of the marina. Others is a short 2-minute taxi ride. Why? Well, the main reason for that is because these modern boats with air conditioners and generators and inverters and all, lithium ion battery systems and so on, it is critical that the captain receive a thorough briefing before he begins using the systems. It safeguards the people on board the boat, safeguards the boat itself. So if we don't have the time to do a proper technical briefing at least, then we prefer that, or we won't allow the clients to sleep aboard that night. So the latest they can arrive for the sleep on board would be 2 o'clock. We also provide a very thorough navigation briefing. So that's done by me. I was a professional racer and racing navigator. And not to blow my own trumpet, as they say. A lot of people say our briefings are one of the best in the industry. So we're pretty proud of that. Navigation briefings begin at 9 in the morning. And that would normally be the day before or the day your charter begins. So your charter would begin at midday. So you'd show up at the marina at 9 in the morning. You'd begin your navigation briefing. The captain, first mate, everyone's welcome, or at least 2 people we prefer to have. And the briefing generally takes an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it's very includes everything from weather, where to anchor, who to talk to, all that kind of good stuff. Then after that, that's followed by the technical briefing, and our objective is to have all briefings completed by 12:30, and then the guests are free to take the boat and do, off they go. Once the briefings are completed, a lot of the guests do choose to have lunch at our restaurant here at the marina, Driftwood Restaurant. It's rated as one of the best on the island. And then go sailing, or some will actually get a takeaway lunch done by the restaurant and eat while underway. The first recommended stop is a 2-hour sail down to Mustique Island. So it's a nice, easy Beam Reach, if you leave here at 1 o'clock, you're there by 3 o'clock, so plenty of time for that. And for those that don't want that sort of brisk first day's sail, because the sail to Mustique is a fun, fast sort of beam reach, there's a broad reach down to Beckway, which a deeper angle makes the sail a lot more relaxed and leisurely, and that's about an hour and a half sailing time from St. Vincent. For repeat clients who've sailed with us before, we do have a very high repeat clientele. Those guys don't have to sit through the chart briefing again. We'll just do a Q&A. We'll talk about weather, how it's going to affect their itinerary, and they're welcome then to just do the technical briefing on the boat, and off they go. So we're not trying to sort of hold anybody back or make them sit through anything that they don't need to. This allows the returning sailors to get going a lot earlier. We do have crewed and bareboat, so it depends on how you want to experience the Grenadines. If you're an experienced sailor looking for the freedom, independence, and that sort of thing, you know, you take the bareboat and that gives you the helm and allows you to chart your own course, and sort of, you know, with the help of the very, very comprehensive navigation briefing, you can get yourself through the islands very effectively on your own. To be honest, I mean, I very much enjoy taking a captain with me, even though I can sail sail no problem. But then I spend the time playing with the kids and fishing and snorkeling and doing all that kind of thing, and let the captain hassle with the boat. And if, you know, I want the boat, you know, move to another bay or something happened, whatever, we're going to go for a dive and I'll meet you at this other bay, then they handle that. So, I mean, crewed doesn't have to be just because you can't sail. Crewed could just be because you want the convenience of having somebody take over responsibility of the boat. You still get to play with it, drive it, have all the fun with it. They just get to be responsible for it. But then also for those who don't have the sailing experience, we have, you know, proper, you know, fully crewed, qualified captains, and also captain and chef teams. So that, you know, ensures that you have a totally carefree journey where you don't have to lift the finger at all. There was a question about damage waiver insurance. Yeah, we do have damage waiver insurance. So we feel it gives peace of mind to your clients, sort of capping their liability, so that they sort of don't have to worry about mishaps on the trip. It obviously doesn't cover negligence. So, I mean, if somebody's blind drunk and does something silly, well, unfortunately, the damage waiver insurance is not going to cover them in those situations, but it is available for, you know, small mishaps. So the Grenadines. The Grenadines are 32 islands of magic, beauty, and bliss. It's an exceptional sailing destination. And what makes it so exceptional? So the people, the sailing conditions, the diversity of each island with its own culture and topography and distinct vibe. To be honest, it's all of them. There's never really a dull moment. Like every island and every anchorage is so different that there's always something for everyone. An example is like Mustique. Mustique's the playground of the rich and famous. It's got powder white sand beaches, some really nice exclusive restaurants. The island is quite exclusive, but being a local company, our guests are allowed access to the island. It's all prearranged, so they're allowed to go and eat at places, have lunch at the Cotton House Hotel, for example, where normally yachtsmen are not allowed, but barefoot sailors are allowed. It's got incredible sort of mix of luxury, romantic dinners, you know, dancing in the open air dance floor at world famous Basil's Bar, afternoon tea in a very British style bakery just down the road from the dock. It's kind of almost like an upscale version of St. Bart's from the way that the island has been sort of taken care of and so on. Then you have Beckway. Beckway is known as like the sailor's paradise. This island's been all about boating for like 200 years. It has a long history going back into boat building and whaling and things like that. It sounds barbaric, but they whale in the traditional way, with rowboats and hand-thrown harpoons. Um, the boats that they build are these beautiful New England double enders, and they race them. And there's this really vibrant sort of yachting and boating culture. And just simply chatting with friends and locals and stuff like that, they're always eager to share their stories and talk about the time they went down and boats sank in the middle of two islands and swam for 2 days, or all of these crazy things. So really colorful people. The islands are stunning. The anchorages are charming. Beach bars and stuff like that to enjoy. And
you need to invite us there. It's obvious.
Yeah. Well, I wish you'd come. Yeah.
It sounds like paradise, right?
Tobago Keys is like probably one of the more iconic centers of the Grenadines. It's a world famous marine park, an archipelago of 5 islands. It's got a reef that surrounds an inner lagoon where the islands are, and the lagoon is full of like a nursery for fish. So there's turtles and all sorts of stuff just swimming around that you can swim around with. The little coral bombies are all like sitting over New York City watching all the interaction of all the little fish, and you could spend a day just floating over one of these things, and then going out to the outer barrier reef where it drops off from 30 centimeters deep down to 25 meters deep. Gives you some amazing free diving out in this sort of big macro expanse of ocean. So the diversity so close together is like incredible. The water here is so clear, you can honestly easily see the bottom in 20 meters and more. It's really is a heaven for wildlife enthusiasts. The islands are all uninhabited, just iguanas and turtles and stuff living on them. Then there's Union Island. And Union Island was recently hit by Hurricane Beryl. I'm sure you guys saw a lot about that on the news. It's bouncing back. They're cleaning it up and getting everything back, and should be back up and running by the coming season. There'll obviously be signs of the hurricane, but businesses will be back up and open. Union is really known for what is nicknamed the Tahiti of the Caribbean, for these crazy, incredible peaks. So it's like hiking and kiteboarding and some beautiful bays and lagoons and stuff like that. And then there's Little Myro, which has got 350 people living on it. It's probably home to the friendliest people on the planet, like I kid you not. Some small, little secluded beaches, perfect for like romance or family escape, bonding time.